Get up, cocksuckers. Get up. Salute the flag. Because we're going to World War III. Ladies and gentlemen, still scrolling. It's getting drafted. And we're going there against our will. But this is America. Oh, wait. Are we all saluting? This is a nihilistic shit. But here we go. This is still
I'm
scrolling.
a woman that can't draft me.
Wild
I'm
soundbite.
36.
Wild soundbite. Cut that. Cut that.
I'm
Somebody-
36. I'm out of shape. I need glasses. I got fucked up teeth. Like, I'm definitely not getting drafted.
See, that's what
So,
they say until they.
Good luck, Justin.
Listen.
We'll continue the podcast without you, my man.
A lot of stuff going on the news today, but this is still scrolling. I am your least draftable host, Justin.
Excuse me. I guess Stefania is probably the least.
What are you talking
draftable
about?
woman? Because
Stefania's ripped.
yeah,
Are you
this-
kidding me? Stefania's like shredded.
she probably. You know what? You're right. Stefania is probably the most capable in a military setting. But this country and the Trump administration hate women. So so by default, she's the least draftable. I am your second least draftable host, Derek.
And I am your most likely Handmaid's Tale non participant.
Bravo.
Hey,
That was
yo.
great.
Tale victim.
Yo, this took a turn.
Off Pete.
Listen.
Off Fred. Or
I
whatever.
don't know
What is it?
that much
What would
about
who would be your
Handmaid's
man?
Tale. I just know the
Who would be your-
weird sex
My
scenes in
man?
that show. It's just weird.
Yeah, who would be Stefania? Who would be your man? Like, who would you be named after? Off what?
Well, it'd have to be someone that like. I mean, it'd have to be someone that would want to participate, right? Like,
Sorry, hold on. Yeah,
I
it would be
refuse to
like
participate in
basically
this
like Pete
conversation.
Hegseth. You know, like so it'd be somebody that's like in charge and perpetuating all this stuff, like in the administration or somebody or a shitty celebrity. You know.
right. It'd have to be a shitty celebrity. Listen,
is it-
Diddy wouldn't be an option because I'm not his type. I'm not below the age of 13. So
That's true. Also, he's black. They wouldn't let him join.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Well,
Is it RFK?
probably RFK. I wouldn't want it to be RFK, but probably.
What the fuck is happening?
Off RFK.
What the
That would
fuck
be
is
his name.
happening?
Off RFK.
What the fuck is happening?
Justin, just some quick context. The handmaids are essentially like the women that can still reproduce in that world, right? And their real names, they get stripped of their real names and they are named off the name of the husband, the name of the man that they belong to, that they are a handmaid for.
Okay.
So that's what I'm asking Stefania is who would she be the handmaid to? And her name would be off RFK. Jr.
Absolutely not. I'm not entertaining this conversation anymore. I am not. I refuse. We have so much to talk about in this very little time. Did you guys hear about the big news on Book Talk going on this week? Do you guys listen to Call Her Daddy? I know Steph is already on the Book Talk girly train, but apparently there was a author by the name of Sarah J. Maas who was interviewed by Alice Cooper on Call Her Daddy, where she announced 2 new books in her book series, and all of my feed is going crazy over this. But I only know Sarah J. Maas for one thing, and I think it's very different than what Steph knows Sarah J. Maas for.
Uh-oh.
So, Steph, what did you hear about this? Is this good news? Is this bad news? What's happening?
This is great news because the last time we got an SJM book was back in 2021 with A Court of Silver Flames, and that was Cassie and Anesta's book. And we have been waiting for book 6 to come out. And I know she released like a teaser, like a first draft done and sent over months ago on Instagram. And people were like, it was like a ACOTAR 6, and then with like a dash and an arrow. It looked like an arrow, but some people thought it was an 8. So people are like, "Oh my god, is this book 6 through 8? Like what is this?" So she confirmed it last night. That was an arrow, meaning like Actor 6 arrow, send it off to editing, whatever. And I am super excited because not only are we going to get Actor 6 in October of this year, we are getting Akatar 7 in January of next year. I cannot believe how close we are to getting these book releases, but also there's going to be 3 books in total, Akatar 6, 7, and 8. So it's going to be done in 4 parts. So Akatar 6 is going to be part 1, 7 is going to be 2 and 3, and 8 will be part 4.
Dang.
And I watched the whole stream last night, 2 hours.
Dang.
2 hours.
I didn't know. I didn't think we would have to cancel.
And people think
Cancel.
That was the wrong music cue. Sorry, that was the wrong music cue. But
my thought
canceled.
is
Canceled.
that so the first 3 books were about Reese and Feyre,
Yes.
and now book well, then they had a novella, and then Silver Flames was about Nesta and Cassian. And now we're thinking the next 3 books, because it's a story that she said that she needed to tell. And I was like, what do you have to tell, Sarah? And now we think it's going to be about Elaine, the 3rd sister, and Asriel. But I don't ship Elaine and Asriel. I ship Asriel and Gwyn. We meet Gwyn in Silver Flames. Elaine is mated to Lucian, but we don't know if she's going to accept that bond because not all mates are perfect mates, like true mates. People can get mates that aren't actually like mates, like nature made a mistake kind of thing. So we'll see. Shame.
Here's the thing.
The timing, you get the timing on that really, really well. But I do just want to say about your whole little Akatar synopsis there. Damn, that's crazy.
Here's what I know Sarah J. Maas for. Remember in 2021 when a lot of stuff happened, a lot of people were dying in the streets of America. This is Sarah J. Maas's Instagram post, and for listeners at home that are listening on Spotify, you should listen or look at this on YouTube. But it's the Instagram post she made, also promoting the death of Breonna Taylor while also releasing her book cover. Dang, that dog hates racism. Oh, I didn't know you had the
my
The dog is black too. Of course she hates
Aqua
racism.
is racist.
Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. So let me read this for the viewers at home. In case you missed the reveal earlier, here's a song, A Court of Silver and Flame cover. I hope it's a bit of light for you guys today, given the appalling lack of justice for Breonna Taylor and the president doing his best to undermine and destroy our democracy. And while I'm truly so thrilled for you guys to read Nesta and Cassian's book in February, and I love this artwork so much, thank you, Happy Pet Stink, I also want to encourage each one of you to get out there and vote this November. Vote for people who protect and nurture our democracy, and vote for people who recognize and fight for the racial justice in this country. Vote for people who will battle climate change and pull our planet back from the brink. Vote, because no election has never been more important, and the future of this country and this world depends on you. So that got her canceled in 2021. And through 2026 eyes,
Yikes.
it's a yikes, but I don't think it's a big yikes anymore in 2026.
Yeah.
To be honest with you. I can, in the heat of the moment, this was a bad look. And I don't think you should tie your product to the death of Black people in any other circumstances.
Yeah. This is giving Nancy Pelosi kneeling in the Capitol with the African garb on, yeah?
It's giving... It's giving, not Black Square. I think it's slightly better than the Black Square. It's not that I disagree with what she said. Perhaps maybe not tie Breonna Taylor to the steamy romance book. Yeah, maybe a
Yeah.
separate post.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
Yeah.
just give it its
Yeah.
own post. You know, you're a famous author, you've got a following, you're good. Just make it a separate post, you know?
it's bad.
I will say,
But I think this will haunt her for the rest of her days. And all I saw on my feed while I was still scrolling, pun intended, was people bringing this up. Like, oh, they invited the girl who said this about Breonna Taylor. I just, what do you guys think? Maybe I'm bugging. Should we still
no,
hold her account for this?
she wanted to say a message, and she had that good thought in mind. The bad taste is putting it together with her book release post.
Yeah, it's weird.
It should have been a separate post. So where her head is in the right space, right? It just
Right.
should have been done differently. Now, I will say that I wasn't an ACOTAR person. Wasn't like a reading girl person at that time in 2021. I picked it up in like the end of 2024. So that is probably something that came up once on my feed and I just forgot about it. So
Yeah.
but it like comes up like when SJM is like in the news for something, once in a blue moon.
Yeah. It'll haunt her forever, but in the grand scheme of things, you know, it's not the worst it's not the worst thing you can do when it comes to, it's just another symptom of, or side effect rather, of capitalism, Hey, I got to promote my book, but also bad things are
But it
happening and
centers,
they're
I
all
don't know, like,
intertwined.
let's not center the white woman and the death of Breonna Taylor. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
Like, she's
not.
centering
Yeah.
herself. That's not cool, dude. Not cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do want to say that moving on from this subject, about the podcast episode last night I was watching, and it should be it's on socials now. I've seen it, but there's been this whole like thing around, oh, like you're reading ACOTAR, oh, you're reading smut kind of thing, like ew. And she explained it so very well, Sarah did, that she likes writing that stuff, yes. It's fun, but there's a whole story to this character that is more important than like what she likes to do, with in her free time, whatever, with somebody. And the host, she said very well that once you put like once it's something about a woman's autonomy in a book, then it's all about the woman's autonomy. No matter what heroic thing she just did, no matter like how like strong of a character she is, her character arc and all that. As soon as you write like a sex scene, whatever, in the book, that's all people are gonna think about. All people that don't read the books, right? Because they hear that one thing that happens and it's like, oh, you're reading smut and blah 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 blah. It's not about that. I mean, it could be tied to the plot a bit with like Silver Flames, how it is tied to the plot a bit, but that's all combined with like the character growth of Nesta and Cassian, because they both needed like serious character growth. And it just puts a new light on like you're saying all these things about the book. You haven't even read it. You don't even know like the actual deep story that is told in this. It's like 50 chapters in a book, and like one chapter is like a sex scene, whatever. And that's smut. That's crazy. If you want to read smut, go. There's a section for that in the bookstore.
Hey,
And
yo, Stefania's
there is a section for that in the bookstore,
Hey,
and it's called Dark Romance. Some dark romance has a lot of that stuff.
here's the thing.
if that's
I
what you're
read
looking for.
Fourth Wing, and that was the most vanilla shit I've ever read. Are you kidding me?
Thank you.
I read Fourth Wing. I was like, y'all are vanilla. This is the most vanilla
Thank you.
shit, missionary bullshit. Are you kidding me? People are going crazy over
Thank
this.
you.
What in the world? Oh my god.
I don't get it.
Damn.
It's like you forget about the fantasy aspect of it. You forget that there's a plot that has, especially with Fourth Wing, it's like a really, really good underplot, right? guys, a girl just wants to have fun.
You know what?
But when a guy wants to have fun, that's okay in the books. Like that's and it ties into real life too. When a woman wants to explore her sexuality, whatever, in real world, shame on her. But a man does it, that are all for it. Dap him up.
We'll do a book club episode, and Steph gets to pick the book we read. Wouldn't that be funny? A book club episode.
I will immediately recommend to you Throne of Glass. It is an 8-book series.
8 books.
It's Sarah J. Maas.
8.
Oh my
Sarah
God,
J.
Stefania.
It's a Sarah J. Maas
We
book.
can't support that white lady. We can't.
No. Throne of Glass is probably the best fantasy series I have read in the modern time.
Better than Game of Thrones, because I read Game of Thrones, the first one, and I read Knights of the Seven Kingdoms, and those were pretty good.
I would say like they're kind of almost equal, because I've never read the books of Game of Thrones, but because Throne of Glass has like, it's fantasy but also has a bit of romance in it, but it's like mostly fantasy. Just the things that happen in this series, everything that happens like from the beginning to the end, you see it all progressively, and then you see things tie back in, and you're like, holy shit, that was this the whole time. It's just this mind-blowing things that happen in this series that make you feel up and down emotions. And she actually wrote this book, Throne of Glass. She started it at 16 years old. And
Interesting.
then she scrapped it and then came back 10 years later to rewrite Throne of Glass, and then created this whole world. It's a beautiful series. But if you want something shorter, I can give you something shorter. But this is a series I highly recommend reading to anybody that wants to get into fantasy or romance, fantasy stuff, whatever. There's not as much romance in like this series as there is in probably ACOTAR, but it kind of builds up to it.
So once we make the page scrolling episode, or after spell scrolling, we'll talk about it. But speaking of having our mind blown, DC was going to release the trailer for Lanterns, a new HBO show set in the DC universe of James Gunn, today, but it got leaked and released yesterday at the time of this recording. So it was supposed to come out on March 5th. It ended up being released on March 4th because it got released. And the internet had some very strong opinions. So before we go into the internet's opinions, thumbs up, thumbs down. We've all seen the Lanterns trailer. Can we get a thumbs up or a thumbs down if we liked it or not? Ready? 3, 2, 1. Interesting. Okay. Oh, okay, Derek, you're the highest.
You're at the
on
middle.
this.
I'm like here.
All right. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Derek is a full thumbs up. Steph is like a little bit down.
I'm like halfway
down, and I am fully
Yeah.
neutral. So Derek, why is this a thumbs up for you?
You know, I'm going through a lot of stuff in my life right now, so, you know, I'm trying to be more optimistic. I think 2 weeks ago, Derek maybe would have been like that, you know? But Lanterns looks like a crime story, a drama set in a world with Green Lanterns in it, right? As opposed to like a Green Lantern show where they're trying to figure out and solve a crime, right? And historically speaking, centering like the plot and the drama, and not the fact that it's a superhero project, has worked out fairly well. I will say my only critique so far is that I want to see more Lantern action. I want to see more constructs, more green stuff in there. So I think there's a lot of potential if they did it right, because it is possible to also do too much of like that realistic take where it just gets like goofy and kind of ridiculous. The Dark Knight Rises, for example, right? Like, but
okay.
by the time they got to that third movie, it's like they were doing some goofy ass shit.
Like what?
But
What was goofy?
Okay, the motorcycle that he rides.
What's wrong with the motorcycle?
Hold on. At the end, Catwoman shoots Bane with it, and he just flies off.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was such a ridiculous way to kill him
It's
off, right?
Batman.
The like hold on, the plot twist of like Talia al Ghul, like it's good when it's one movie, right? That's why Batman Begins was so good and so well received. It's possible to have it still be good with two movies. That's why The Dark Knight was as good as it was, right? And you had like the sociopath kind of, some men just want to let the world burn. Like that's very relatable for the real world. But when you started getting to part 3, where it's like, oh, this guy just is really good at fighting and he wears a mask for the pain. We're not going to explain it. He's maybe, I guess he's disfigured, but it's also his weakness. But also, this is Batman. He just got his ass whooped because this guy has really good hands. Like, yo, Batman, you don't have a gadget? You don't have something that could tase him real quick? Like, you
Oh
had, like,
my gosh,
you,
I could
you know?
not disagree with you more,
And hold
Derek.
on.
Oh my
Hold on.
gosh,
Hold on.
this is
Hold on.
revisionist history. You gotta be
No, it's
get
not.
out of
It's not
here.
revisionist history because it's not a bad movie. It's not a bad movie. Okay, it's not a bad movie. But sit down, go watch all of the Nolan Batman movies back to back, and tell me that Dark Knight Rises is not the worst one out of the 3.
Batman Begins is the worst one.
No,
1000. You know what? This is not a Batman
it's not.
podcast.
Anyway,
This is not a
the
Batman
point is,
podcast.
my point is, you can go too far with that realism to the point where you need the fantastical to make it work. So that's my only kind of concern with Lanterns, is maybe they're going a little bit too realistic, but maybe they're just saving it for the actual show and they're not going to drop some of that stuff in the trailer just yet.
Interesting.
So I'm optimistic.
Steph, what do you think?
I mean, it does look like kind of like a crime. It kind of looks like a crime junkie thing, like good cop, bad cop kind of thing going on. Investigative stuff, which is kind of different from what DC has been doing lately, I guess. I mean, but then you have Peacemaker, but there was still like a bit of mystical elements in it. I don't know if that's like a good term for it. But it's kind of like they're taking the more like casual route, and maybe it'll build up to something a little more later on. I guess we'll have to see how this season ends and if they're gonna get another season after this, or if it's gonna tie into a future movie. I don't know. Is this is this the James Gunn universe that this is gonna
Yep.
be set in?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Yeah, because I know at the end of the trailer they were like, "Oh, have you met the other lanterns?" And it's like, "Yeah, one of them's a squirrel." So it makes me question, like, are we gonna see all of them eventually? I don't know.
Yeah, that's exactly what I mean, is like, you better fucking give us Oa, right?
Yeah.
Give us another fucking planet in this show at some point, right? Do something where it's Green Lantern, you know what I mean? Like, I remember the Arrowverse. They had planned on making Diggle,
Oh
which
my
is
gosh,
like
don't get me fucking started
a
on
token
fucking
black
Diggle.
character that they had in the show. They were gonna make him a Green Lantern,
Right.
which would have worked in the sense of like, oh, his will and whatever, but like it would have just been a complete fabrication of what it is, right? But at least, and then when you said it in the Arrowverse universe, it was like, this, it doesn't really jive, it doesn't work, and they ended up not doing it. That's what I don't want to happen here, where they're just slapping the name Lantern on it and loosely adapting the lore, which I don't think that's the case. I don't think with somebody like James Gunn in charge, that'll be the case. I think maybe, just maybe for once, they didn't put everything in the trailer. So my hopes are that's where my hopes lie.
Here's the thing. This looks like a very good True Detective spinoff that I would absolutely watch. This ain't Green Lantern. Y'all, we gotta stop. This looks like a very good show. I would watch this. I would watch this like I can see myself watching it. Like, have you seen Task on the HBO? It's a very good show. And then this,
I heard about
it's
it.
very good.
Yeah.
Like, and then this show would pop up right after it in the credits to make you watch it. I can see it perfectly. But we gotta be fucking for real. because we can't keep doing this. We can't keep doing this. And what I mean by this is that here's what's gonna happen, right? I'm gonna write lanterns all for you, right? There'll be a shot where everyone is in their full suit and they have their power, and they'll show it in the trailer. And they will wait until the very last episode to see Jon Stewart in the suit, right? The whole time he's trying to figure out his powers, someone will be like, "Oh, you're Green Arrow? No, I'm something brighter. Are you the shining beacon? No." And then on the final episode, he'll probably say, "I'm Green Lantern." And then you only see it for about 5 minutes because that shot cost $1 million fucking dollars. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
We
Yep. Especially because it shows like a physical suit in the
You know
closet.
what? Let me pull that up.
Yeah.
It's just
Get Justin in the Warner Brothers writing room right
no,
now.
I need to
Get
get
this man a
right
check.
now.
And that would have been a really creative idea 10 years ago. I get it. I understand the impulse of saving the big reveal into the last episode. I understand why they would give us a leather-bound suit of Green Lantern. It reminds me of the decade plus we got of CW shows. I understand that impulse. But James, we have to do something different. Damon Lindelof, we have to do something different. We can't keep hammering the same beats, right? And I'm not saying
I think it has a
makes it
purpose.
bad. I'm not saying it automatically makes it bad. I'm saying we have seen this before, and I didn't like the ending.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. If it's the same, it's gonna be whack. If it is a CW rehash, it's gonna be whack. But I think this is my theory here. This is it Kyle? No, not Kyle Rayner. This is Hal Jordan's suit, and he is, ironically enough, training Jon Stewart, but he himself is lacking of will. He can't construct his own suit anymore. And this is his suit. This is what he had to end up using as he was, before he was doing training.
I mean,
right?
I guess it's consistent with like Guy Gardner didn't make his suit, but I guess like Maxwell Lord made his suit. And like I think it's the James Gunn aesthetic where all the superhero suits look like a jacket, like a leather jacket.
Sure.
And it's like all of them, even in Guardians of the Galaxy, it's that jacket wear and feel, and I understand that impulse. I understand where that zenith point comes from because it folds differently and moves differently.
Yeah.
But if there is the cosmic character in the DC universe, one of them is Green Lantern. And to make it completely earthbound and to make it a TV show to keep that cost down, I understand that impulse. But we have to see more. We have to. We can't keep doing this.
Yeah. Especially because Guy Gardner not using a construct and using a Max Lord suit is so good for Guy Gardner as a character. Like, of course he's gonna sell out. Of course he's gonna take a paycheck or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, of course he's not gonna just have his own ring generated suit. But for Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart, my only hope is that it's like a passing of the guard type of moment. And, Jon Stewart ends up constructing his own, and his is something cooler and not leather, earthbound. But we'll see.
Like, we gotta be so fucking for real. I get it. I'm sure I loved Damon Lindelof's Watchmen. It was a very good superhero show, a very good critique on superhero media.
Yep. But it works. The realism in that one works because it's a critique on literally the real world. And the superheroes in that universe, aside from Dr. Manhattan,
got no powers,
are kind of whack. They're kind of just like bad people. So it's not the same as something with like lanterns that you need the fantastical.
I just want to challenge them to be a little bit more creative. And the fact that Kyle Chandler is playing Hal Jordan, he's a goner. He's not surviving this series, or at least
Could be.
Jon Stewart is the Lantern of the DC unit. Well, Guy Gardner's there. Well, you know what? It's a whole other podcast. We'll make predictions
We'll
at
see.
another time.
We'll see.
Uh,
We'll see.
do we want to fit time to talk about World War III, or do we not have time?
Yeah, I mean, I have a quick. It's a quick recap
of World War
we
III
bombed.
or Iran?
It's a little bit of both, Justin. You see, it started ostensibly with Iran.
Right.
Okay, that's the flagship gem of the operations right now, right? The Operation Epic Fury. We bombed the shit out of Iran. There's been follow-up bombings as well, but a few lesser known things that have happened since then. We've also had more. Okay, it wasn't enough just a few months ago. We've also had more narcotic strikes, okay, in the Eastern Pacific. We've had more deployments in the Middle East. U.S. military operations in the last 2 weeks also include a joint operation in Ecuador, because Ecuador needed to get involved at some point, again under the guise of like cartel kind of stuff. So really, long story short here, it feels like we are very purposely increasing the global temperature when it comes to blowing things up, which historically has never really been a good thing, right? Stefania, you were like a baby with 9/11, and the first time, or sorry, not the first time, but the last time, we were in a conflict in the Middle East, it's just kind of repeating itself all over again. And in this case, I think it's very intentional, because of the fact that we've got elections coming up and any sort of maneuvering that might happen there.
Oh, did you
That's
guys hear
kind
what
of
happened to
got
James
me down in the dumps.
Tallarico? Did he win his primary against Jasmine
He
Crockett?
won,
But then they shut down the polls way early.
but then they opened them back up though.
So is everything
Yeah,
okay?
a judge forced them to come. Yeah. A judge forced them to come back up. There's no really what's honestly embarrassing is all the assholes that had it out for Jasmine Crockett, right? I can't really find a better word for it right now. But the synopsis is that James Tallarico and Jasmine Crockett had very similar positions. They were not that far apart from each other. They're both Democrats. They're both, not necessarily moderate or centrist Democrats, but they're very much not ultra leftist either. Jasmine Crockett got a lot of hate. She got a lot of heat from people, even though her stance and James Tallarico's stances on 99% of the same on things were the same. They both are the same when it comes to Israel for the most part. They're both, um, fairly similar candidates, with the exception of that Jasmine Crockett's a black woman. Leading up to the election, she got shit on by a lot of people, unfairly, in my opinion. And all the critiques, all the complaints, all the issues people had with her, they technically would have still had the same issue with James Tallarico, because again, they were super similar in their platforms.
But he's a white man.
But he's a white guy. Yep. White and like Christian. So the one thing I really appreciate with James Tallarico is that he's a Christian, but he is not a Christian first per se when it comes to his politics, right? He's an American first when it comes to his politics, which is great.
Right.
I think we need more of that. So there are differences between them two as candidates, but none of it warranted shitting on Jasmine Crockett the way people were.
It was getting
post-election.
Weird. It was getting real weird.
Post-election, yeah, absolutely, and it's still weird because now the election's over. She lost. She conceded. James Tallarico is the Democratic nominee for that Senate seat. They're the people that had it out for Jasmine are taking a victory lap at this point. They're being very MAGA about it in the way that they are, continuing to focus on why she lost and what was wrong with her as a candidate and blah 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 blah. As opposed to just now, which is the time to come together because we have the nominee and now we have the actual challenge, which is going up against a Republican candidate. Instead of coming together, they're just kind of continuing to beat her while she's down. And it's very frustrating because at the same time, as I mentioned, we are actively involved with our military in, I want to say, three different 3 different continents, which is great. You know, that's definitely the thing you want to focus on, guys, is Jasmine Crockett. Good job.
Jeez. Ah, man.
Well, see you guys in the war. Oh, actually, I won't see you guys in the war, but
Wait,
Yeah.
I'll be home.
what do you mean? What do you mean?
I'll be home. Oh no, actually no. I think
They want
a draft.
Supergirl.
Isn't there an age limit? Isn't there an age limit to the draft for like? You can't be like.
Are you calling Derek old?
I think it's I am the old geezer here, that's for sure. But I think it's per draft. I think if they do
No.
draft soldiers, it's different.
Jesus, we gotta get out of here. If you're listening,
Wait, I want to do one. I want to do a few women for Women's History Month.
are we doing
women-
Name This Woman?
Name this woman. International Women's Day is March 8th. That is this Sunday. So, I only have a couple. I only have a couple this time. Okay.
Let's do it.
Very notable women, by the way, that you should know. So, guys, for $1, can you name this woman?
She looks like
Steph.
Kirkland Brand, Helena Bonham
I just
Carter.
see Steph on my screen. Oh wait, no, that's Good Luck Charlie. She's a rocket scientist
in Good Luck
now.
Charlie.
She's a rocket scientist now. Oh my god.
She's a CEO, a founder of the company that she works at. And she was also a star on Lemonade Mouth.
The star of Lemonade.
Very notable woman.
That's
very notable woman.
Yeah, that's Good Luck Charlie.
Well,
that's
we
Good
need
Luck
her
Charlie.
name.
That's
We
Good
need
Luck
her name.
Charlie. What do you
That's
mean?
not Charlie. Charlie was the youngest.
I know.
She was the older
I know
sister.
that the Charlie. I'm not
Okay,
saying
quick.
she is Charlie.
Okay.
I'm saying that's Good Luck Charlie.
Okay, can I ask a question? Can I ask a
Yeah.
clarifying question?
Uh-huh.
What's her name?
That's Good Luck Charlie.
No, you're not gonna get that out of me.
That's definitely Good
Tried
Luck
it.
Charlie. Her name is
Yeah,
like
she was on Good Luck Charlie.
no. Her name is like
Who is
Peyton
it?
something. It's not. No, no. That's the other Disney girl. She was.
No, Peyton. No.
She was in a couple of Disney stuff. Isn't it like?
Mhm.
She's like the real life Tony Stark now, which is very weird.
Very cool.
I think I'm pretty sure it's Bridget something, but I don't know her last name. I'm sorry. I know her.
Locking it in.
It's Bridget.
Derek, what's your final answer?
It's Phoebe. That's all I got.
Phoebe Waller-Bridge. No, this is Bridget
See?
Mendler.
Yeah,
you
that's
okay,
Good
got
Luck
it right,
Charlie.
Justin.
That's Good Luck
Bridget
Charlie.
Mendler. Yes.
Good job, Justin.
Good job, Justin.
Well,
Oh my god,
because I've seen her work.
I almost pressed leave instead of stop sharing. That would have been really funny. Okay, one more for Women's History Month. Girl, shush. Can you
Dang.
name this woman?
Okay.
Yeah, that's Allison Stoner.
Yeah, that's that's the girlfriend from Phineas and Ferb, Allison Stoner.
The girlfriend of Phineas and Ferb. Yes, that is Allison Stoner. Thank you guys for getting that right because I would have.
That's Missy Elliott's Robin. Yeah.
Basically, I would have been very upset if you guys didn't know who this was because she was in like all the Step Up movies as well.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, the thing you heard about what happened to Allison Stoner, right?
She didn't die, did she?
No. There was like a huge mix up. I don't know. I lost it here. I was gonna make a joke about put my thing down, flip it, and reverse it.
Oh my god!
See,
I'm sorry.
Oh my
get
god!
out.
I'm sorry.
Get out.
That's enough of you. All right, that's it.
Wow.
That's all I got.
See, we did
I answered a
good.
couple.
We did good.
You did
good this
I
time.
know. I was gonna go a different route, but I didn't have time.
Oh
So
my gosh. Get it together.
Yeah.
Follow us on all the socials. That's on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, and all that good jazz. We'll see you next week. Goodbye.